Those are optimal keybinds, bro.
Yo, it's Dirty Doritos, and you already know what time it is. We're back with another Keybinds video. It's been a long time, boys. It's been so long. It's been way too long. The last time I did a Keybinds video was in Season 4, Chapter 2. Listen here, I got the good stuff. Not only do I want to flex on why I think I have some of the best keybinds out there, but I want to help you out with your keybinds, open out your mind to what you can do with your keybinds and make them as optimal as possible. If you haven't tried keyboard mouse yet, I don't know what you're doing, but go ahead and try it out. Try my binds, they're the best. I want to talk about how to create your own optimal binds and how I came up with mine. But I also did make some changes. I want to go over that as well. And I also want to go over some of the new settings that they added since I made my last keybinds video. Alright, enough of that intro stuff. Let's do it. I want to first talk about hand positions. With my keybinds, almost every important bind is on a key where I can still move freely and have full movement. I still have the same build binds as when I first started, and I never changed them. I have a build pretty much on every finger, and only one of them, which is my cone, Doritoz cone, I would have to use my index finger, and obviously my other two binds are on my mouse. But I also double binded my cone to right next to my stairs. And why did I do that? Well, I play on gather on yellow switches, and they're very sensitive. So what I can do with my thumb is I can slide it back and forth along my keys, and I can switch between them like this. And I still have full movement while doing that. When you come up with your own binds, I recommend that you look at your keyboard, look at your hand, and think of multiple scenarios in which you would want to use a certain build, edit, combination. Make sure that it won't get in the way of your movement, your edit, bind, or whatever you need to do. Your weapon slots need to be in reach. So let's talk about my weapon slots. So for my 3 guns, I like to carry 3 guns. Well, I have 2 right now, but don't ask why I have attack. Anyway, my 3 guns, my hand position would be like this, which I would only lose movement in my going left for pulling out my SMG, which is my 3rd slot. But a lot of times if I don't run an AR, I'll put the SMG in my 1st slot. That's why, so I can have full movement while pulling it out. And then for my 2 heals are up here, so my build binds are pretty solid. My weapon binds are pretty solid. I edit with my pinky, so that's solid. We'll get to the new settings later. And if you notice anything different from the last keybinds video, you're like, oh, Doritoz, where's your double movement binds? Oh, they fucking vaulted it. But honestly, it was better that they did that because the Wooting software is pretty good for keyboard and mouse. I use the Wooting software, and I'm not gonna get too much into that, but I use a 55%. Some people use a sharper angle to run in, but honestly, anything is better. Like 55 and up is better than using the default, which is, I believe, 45. So that's a W. I may try a sharper angle. So if you have any other sharper angles of running or double movement that you want me to try, let me know. I just don't like it when it's too sharp because when you go back and forth, you lose momentum when you run. So I like it at 55 for now. So basically, I just went over what was the same keybinds that I had before. Let's get into the changes, the big changes that I made. I changed 3 binds back in Season 7, Chapter 2. And I honestly don't know why I didn't make these changes before, but let's show you what I had originally, and I will show you what I changed them to. Before, I believe I had this button as a double use bind. I had it for pickup, and I would spam clicking down on the scroll wheel and that button to pick shit up. That's what I did before. For scroll wheel down, I had reload. I'm trying to remember what I had before. I'm trying to remember. Should I pull up an old keybinds video for this? Oh, that's right. I had scroll wheel down as reset my builds, and then reset down as to not reset it and confirm it. For example, you're in a stack lobby, you're peeking through, you see somebody you want to beam, but then you decide not to at the last second. Using a scroll wheel down is kind of awkward to do that, so I put that right here. So reset, it's pretty much reset not confirmed, and then I have scroll wheel reset as well. So basically that bind went from scroll down to here. So where did my extra use bind go? Well, scroll wheel down. So now I have scroll wheel pickup, scroll down, and scroll wheel reset scrolling up. And I can reset my builds also with this without confirming. And clicking down on the scroll wheel is now reloading my guns. It used to be scroll wheel down because it shared a bind, but I might as well, I changed it to clicking on the scroll wheel. That way I can switch a gun, reload it, switch a gun, reload it, and use different hands. I like alternating hands. Basically, the change that I made in Season 7, Chapter 2. Alright, let's talk about the new stuff. We're in a whole different chapter. Why am I talking about last chapter? So, we have sprinting, we have mantling, we have sliding. Obviously, sliding is your crouch bind. You can't change it to any other bind, which is very weird, but it's forced to be on your crouch bind, which is okay because my crouch bind is my thumb, and I got full movement doing that. As for the mantling, I think I just hold down the space bar. Everyone does that. I think there's another setting where you hold down forward, but I don't know who uses that. And for sprinting, as soon as sprinting came out, I binded it to my old double movement bind, which was this one right here next between the question mark and the, what do you call it, the comma. But that became a little too awkward for me, having to hit with my thumb, my cone, my stairs, my crouch, my sprint, and my map, and my emote. I do not want that much responsibility on my thumb, so I put it on my other old double movement bind, which is C, and it works out really well because I can pretty much sprint, jump, sprint, crouch right away. Like that, sprint, jump, crouch. It's very easy to move. I got my 4 movement keys, my sprint here, my crouch there, my jump here with my thumb, and it's all together. I can pretty much move pretty well in the game, and that's about it. My sensitivity, like I said in my last keybinds video, I did lower a teeny bit and change my X and Y to the same thing. I play on eDPI of 88, so 800 DPI, 11 sensitivity, and I like it. I like playing on mid to high sensitivity. Even though my mouse pad has a lot more room on it, you'll see it in my normal cams. I have a lot of mouse pad room. I still like having extra room on my mouse pad so I can look around wherever I want. ADS look around wherever I want. Turn around wherever I want. So it's not a huge issue. Yes, and I do need some practice. A lot of practice. But that doesn't mean my keybinds aren't good. Trust, trust, trust. So, there are a couple downsides in my keybinds, and one of them is resolved, one of them is unknown, and another thing is something that's annoying, but you can definitely work around. So the first thing is, if a new vehicle comes into a game, you have to set your bind for that immediately, or else you'll be all messed up. You play in the middle of the board. Second thing is, when you spectate, my map is this button question mark. When I spectate, I can't use it. But I double binded my map to Q, so when I spectate and I'm dead, which doesn't happen often, I don't die, like come on.
Stop the cap!
I can look at the map for my teammates. I can mark whatever I want for them. So that's good that I found that out. And the last thing that might be a downside to my keybinds is that my mouse sometimes tabs me out the game randomly, and it may have to do with this back button that I use for aim, but I don't know. This is not proven at all. I'm just kind of speculating. This mouse button is actually a back button. So if I pull up a browser, which I should have kept open, and I click on, I just click this back button, back, I'm going back. Just clicking that button. So if I pull out my, this may happen without my keybinds. It may just be some type of malfunction in my software or hardware even. But if I pull out like a menu type like my map and I click that button, sometimes, if I click it by accident, sometimes it'll tab me out the game or something. Sometimes I just get tabbed out randomly and I don't know how to fix it. If you know how to fix it, let me know in the comments. So if you use my binds, let me know if you have any questions. Comment. I will certainly love to answer them, but I think that's it for the video. You know, a lot of players this chapter have quit. We just lost a lot of players, but I'm still here. You got me. So if you found this video helpful, just please drop a big fat like on it, and good luck to you on your finding better keybinds. I do not see myself doing another keybinds video for another long time because I don't think I'm gonna change much, but who knows. Make sure to catch me on Twitch, and I'll see you later. Peace.
Maxwell.